So Gus said he had a tear in his eye when he found out about Max King. Did you have a tear in your eye?
Maybe when I rang him, yeah. When I rang him, that was pretty special to hear that he got in the team, and just knowing his journey and what he's been through and how hard he's worked, particularly over the last 3 years, was awesome for us as a club and for Max himself.
For someone that is around him every day, why do you think he is made for the Origin arena?
Oh, he's just so reliable. In my time here, he's just someone I can rely on every game when we need big minutes or we need someone to go above and beyond. Max is the guy we've turned to, and I think his game just got better and better over the last 3 years. And this year he really came in day one of pre-season and told us what he wanted to do, and he's gone and done it. And just can't wait to see him run out Wednesday night.
He told us an anecdote on day one. I think he went to you and asked you to write down what you think makes a good front rower. Is that common with players, and you're able to shed insight into what you made them down?
Maybe not that common, but I also asked him to write it down too, and we had pretty similar thoughts. And it's one thing to write it on a piece of paper; it's another thing to come to training every day and live it, especially doing it during a hard pre-season where you turn up every day sore and you're asked to bring that physical presence as the leading front rower. So he did the work, and it's great to see him get some reward for that.
Do you take pride in it? I know he's putting all the hard work, but you as a coach to see you guys on that journey for the past few years, working with him, seeing him from going from the middle to now a world-class middle who's being noticed by Origin selectors?
Yeah, I think our whole club takes pride in it. We congratulated the whole team yesterday on what they've done as a team to be able to get 3 players chosen in that representative arena. It's a real team effort from everyone that's played, everyone that's trained, and our whole staff. So, we're extremely proud of all those 3 guys, and hopefully we can have more there in the future.
Can you talk about Kurt Mann, Ciro? Obviously, he's had quite a long career, and being in this Origin arena, can you talk about the reward for effort over such a long period of time at his team?
Yeah, I think he was 18th man early in his career, and he's been behind some pretty good guys in that Queensland team. But to get picked again to be in that scene at 32 years old just shows the type of character he is. He probably makes out he's a lot younger than what he is, but his experience that he's brought to our club and the impact he's had on our younger players is, you can't measure it. So, we're just really happy he's in that arena. I would love to see him play, but it's a long series and hopefully he gets his chance. If not Wednesday night, then into the games following.
I remember you saying last year it was a little frustrating when you have a bloke picked as 18th man that you can't come back and play at the club. Is there, while you acknowledge that it's special for him to be picked, do you have those feelings as well?
Oh yes, considering we play Thursday night and Origin's not till next Wednesday. But in saying that, we want our players in and around that arena, especially someone like Kurt who's worked so hard for a long time, and we would never begrudge him of that. But it is quite frustrating that again we lose a player to 18th man.
Did you speak to the Maroons at all about trying to get him out?
No, that's not for us. We're just really grateful he's there and hope he has a great week and comes back a better player for us.
He's kind of that elder statesman in this team, Ciro. Who becomes that leader, that go-to guy for this game?
No one in particular. We need all 17 guys standing up. It's a really good test of character this week. There's a fair bit of adversity. We've got 3 guys in Origin and we've got guys suspended and injured. I think out of our top score we're missing 10 or 11 players. So, but we're very comfortable with the team we've selected, really comfortable with the guys getting an opportunity. I think some of the guys over the last 3 weeks that have come in have been some of our best players, like Lipboy, Hotboy last week. Came in, did a tremendous job and just really rose to that occasion. Luke Smith made his debut last week. And we're just showing that the guys can come in and have that next man up mentality and do their job. And there'll be some more of that tomorrow.
So what did you learn from your time at Penrith when they were decimated by Origin and injuries during this period that you can implement to the goals?
I think it's just part of building a club that you want to build that depth that no matter what happens, no matter how many injuries, suspension or Origin players you've got, that people can come in and rise to that level and just be part of the system. So, we've been on that journey for 3 years trying to develop that whole of club approach, and I think we're in a really good position to be able to do that now. Obviously, having 10 players is a big amount of players missing, but I'm really excited about the guys that get to play tomorrow. So, as I said, it's a big test of character, a little bit of adversity against us, but we'll see our true character come out.
Sarah, the first halves probably haven't been where you would have liked the last few weeks. How do you go about defining that against the Dolphins?
Oh, just really worrying about the basics. Like in those three first halves you're talking about, we've been starved of possession and it's been 60-40 against us. And I don't care what team you are, if you give the opposition that much possession at the start of the game, you're making your life hard. So we need to make sure, we're holding onto the ball, getting even share of possession, have a good kicking game, and that'll give us a chance to get off on the right foot.
You've been pretty frank in your assessments of the first half. I think the language you used last week was shit outs about the first half. Did you feel like this group sort of in your time has grown, that you can be really robust in your feedback, whereas maybe a couple of years ago when it's a young, inexperienced team, maybe you don't have that luxury?
I think everything we've done here has all been about honesty, whether it's individual player feedback or team feedback. There's no bullcrap to what we're saying. It's just telling the truth, and some people can handle that and some people can't. But I think we've got the group right now that's all they want. All you ever want to know, be told, is what the truth is, and that's where we're at, and that's the only way we think we can get better.
Can you tell us the truth about whether Lachlan Galvin might be headed to the...
Good segue. Yeah, I think I've addressed this before and Gus has addressed it, but I only heard the latest updates just as I walked into this, so it's not something we've had time to comprehend or talk about. And we've got a big game tomorrow night with a great opportunity for some young guys coming in. And then we've got a bye where we can sit back, take a break, look at the first half of the season and reflect on what we can do better.
Is the door shut or is it still ajar for him potentially coming in?
Oh, that's another great question. But honestly, right now, we're just worried about tomorrow night. We want to put in a really good performance to finish off this first half of the season. Then we've got 18 days before our next game to think about where we can get better and what we can do. And I'm sure we'll have those conversations in the future.
So it's a job.
I'll leave it at that.
Sure, I imagine that though that a report like this morning doesn't change your faith in you do having guys like Toby Sexton and Matt Burton at this club.
Yeah, like we as I said, the key to where we're going and how we've improved is being honest with each other, and we've had some really honest conversations with every player in the squad, and I think they all know where they're at and what we need to get better at as a team and what they need to get better at individually. So those conversations will continue to happen, and every player in our squad, I believe, can get better, and we're having those conversations every day.
Sarah, probably think about a mind, like, is Billy captain tomorrow?
Yeah.
What have you seen in him? Like, you've been across his journey for a while now. Did you ever envisage all those years ago that he'd be leading a club in 2025?
No. But it's been an absolute privilege to watch Billy Army's progression from when he first came to Penrith nearly 10 years ago, and how much he's improved as a player and a person. And I didn't ask him if he wanted to be captain this week. I told him he's going to be captain because we need him to be captain. He's a leader within our four walls. Everything he does is just oozes leadership. He don't have to say too much. We've got other people that can do the talking for him, but he will lead our side tomorrow and he'll do a great job.
Just on the captaincy, obviously Critter's missing. He was carrying a groin last week. What does it say about his commitment to this club, knowing that Origin was going to be picked on Sunday, Monday, that he's like, no coach, I want to play?
Yeah, just another bit of evidence that he is the ultimate team first player, and another bit of evidence about how great a leader he is. So, his groin was not 100% last week. We sort of knew that, but not once did he ever flinch. He wanted to play. He knew it was a big game for our club, a big celebration, honouring our past captains. He wanted to be part of that. And not only did he play, when he kicked the ball into one of their players and there was a trap and scrap and turnover, he was the one that chased back and make the play to save the try. He actually got a new max speed on that play, considering his groin was nowhere near 100%. So, that action alone couldn't speak more highly of him as a person and as a leader.
Just back on the Army, sir, I think it was the first year he was here, he had a bunch of injuries, and I remember you saying that he set up with you in the coach's box and learned quite a lot. Can you just talk about, not just in the time at Penrith, but specifically the last few years as this club has grown, how he's also grown?
Yeah, I think that first year here for him was really frustrating. He took a lot of that burden on himself. He put a lot of pressure on himself to come here and help change the culture and change the standards of what we were trying to do. And then being injured, a couple of times he felt like he couldn't contribute in that way. So he took that really hard. There was times where he was quite emotional about it. But when he got back on the field, training, playing, he showed all these young guys exactly what it's like to play to win. So, he's been awesome for us the last couple of years and he'll continue to be awesome for us.
Talk about the emotion. What was the emotion like when you told him to be the captain this week?
I think he was a bit shocked to start with, and as I said, I'm not asking you, I'm telling you, you're going to be captain. So I'm sure he'd be very proud. His family would be very proud back there in Fiji, and yeah, he'll do a great job.
Ciro, the biggest news we need to get to the bottom of is who was the coach and staff member responsible for the barbecue that set off the smoking alarms at Belmore. If it wasn't you, was it Adam Marley?
Well, yeah, we've got a really good environment at Belmore at the moment. And I'll name his name. Paul Arage comes in every week and does a barbecue, and this week he decided to put it right near the door in the entrance to the gym, and it was quite smokier than the last few weeks. But it's a really good environment to be a part of at the moment. The staff's really connected, players are really connected. It's the whole club has an energy about it, and it's little barbecues and evacuation meetings that make it even more special.